We're here with Jim Cramer, who's going to answer your Twitter questions on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. We start, Jim, with some Twitter love from Juan, who says he appreciates your hard work leading the individual investor, and his question is about Disney. He says the techs look ugly. He's optimistic, though, with the Star Wars launch.
Okay, I think that Disney is a stock that was in the 90s. I think that Bob Iger just bought a ton of stock back. They do have a lot of firepower, a lot of cash. I don't think the ESPN worries are going to go away. So what's going to happen is the stock's probably range bound until they can show you that Shanghai Disney and Star Wars moves the needle. Now, I think that at one point all we cared about was ABC not doing well, and that hurt Disney. Now we care about ESPN not doing well. I'd be careful. ESPN is going to do well. So I like the stock below 100.
All right, Jim, a question from Kelly. I read that 94% of Under Armour's revenue comes in the USA. To me, the opportunity is enormous. Is it a long-term buy?
Yeah, I like Under Armour. Now, Under Armour is one of the high flyer stocks along with Nike, and it's doing very, very well. The market turned against these stocks, and when they turn against it, it tends not to be a one-day affair. So let's watch Under Armour. We might be able to buy it cheaper.
Next question is on Amberella. What are your thoughts these days? I own 400 shares at 82. Do I buy more or bail out?
We don't care where a stock has come from. We care it's going to. I'm going to talk about three stocks: GoPro, Amberella, and Mobileye. These are gunner stocks, okay? When I say gunner stocks, when the market's looking great, they are the ones to own. When the market's not looking great, they are the ones to sell. You make the judgment about how the market looks.
Jim, when are we going to get news on Bank of America's buybacks?
Okay, Bank of America is uniquely under of course, the jurisdiction of the Fed still, and they were the last one, kind of get approval. I'll say this: I think Bank of America is a very inexpensive stock, but rates have to go higher. It won't do anything.
And finally, Jim, Dan says that you recently mentioned we still have about 12% to drop. What's your basis and reasoning for the number?
Well, no, we have about 6% to drop if I'm wrong because we fell. I'm looking and making an analog, and I'm talking about this for Chairman's Club today, making an analog to 2011 because that was the time when we had systemic risk from overseas. This time it's, again, systemic risk from overseas, but this time it's from Brazil, it's from possibly Germany with Volkswagen, and it's from Switzerland with Glencore. So we have systemic risk like then from export. In other words, they're exporting it to us, and we also have Washington political issues, and you could say that we have that again. That was the 2011 example. We were down 17% peak to trough, and I think that that's been my price target because that's been my analog.
All right, Jim, thanks so much. Send your questions to Jim at Jim Cramer. Use hashtag CramerQ. I'm Rhonda Schaffler for The Street.